Hello everyone, Power here, and welcome back to a new deck profile. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a very fun deck that came around in Lost Origin, and that is going to be Spiritomb Ludicolo. I've not really seen a Spiritomb Ludicolo deck profile before, so I thought it'd be time to cover one. So it's been a very fun deck to try out. It is pretty difficult to play, which can be a bit off-putting, and due to the price of Scoop Up Net and cards like Ludicolo, I can understand why this deck would be harder to come by and harder to build for some players. But it is a very fun deck, and I would recommend trying it out if you have the pieces for it. So what is Spiritomb Ludicolo? Well, Spiritomb has the amazing attack Chain of Spirits that does 10 damage, and then 60 more for each Spiritomb in your discard pile. So as soon as we get one Spiritomb in the discard pile, we can just do 70 damage. As soon as we get two Spiritomb, we can do 130. And if we get three Spiritomb, we can do 190. Which is very important because it means that if we get four Spiritomb in the discard pile, and then we just attack with Ditto, which we also run 2 copies of, we can then just swing for, 250. So a very strong attacker in that regard, and Ditto really helps us out in the late game once we run out of Spiritombs to attack with. But primarily, what you're going to try and do is swing for a couple of 2-hit KOs and take some easy price cards in the early game with your Spiritomb, and then you want to move in for a massive 1-hit KO with Ludicolo. So typically, you don't actually need to put all 4 Spiritomb in the discard pile, you only really need to put 2 or 3 in, and then at that point you can start using Ludicolo's Enthusiastic Dance to do more damage. So Ludicolo's Enthusiastic Dance says when you place a Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, note that you don't need to evolve it from Lumbrare. You can use this ability when you rare candy. You can use this ability during your turn, and the basic Pokemon's attacks do plus 100 damage. So Spiritomb can essentially go from 70 to 170, and then of course like 130 to 230, and so on. So that's kind of the main premise of the deck, and then we also play 2 copies of Mew with the ability Mysterious Tail. Once in your turn, if his Pokemon's the active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal an item card you find there, put it into your hand, and shuffle the other cards back in. We also play 1 Luminion V. It has the ability Luminous Sign. What I found with this deck is that there is some games that you really need a Raihan or Serena that turn, and just having 1 Luminion really helps out in the deck. Yeah, if you start with it, it kind of sucks, and having a liability of a 2-price Pokemon on the bench can be a bit problematic. So if you'd rather play something like a Radiant Greninja or such, then Radiant Greninja might be a better option here, but Luminion seems to be okay for now. We also play 1 Manaphy just to give ourselves a better chance against Radiant Greninja and spread decks and stuff like Raikou, but truth be told, you can't really do a whole lot against them, and Manaphy can only help you out so much. We also play 3 Dark Patch because Spiritomb does have a very annoying attack cost in the form of 2 Dark Energy, 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball in order to retrieve a Spiritomb if we end up prizing one, 4 Level Ball to search out most of our Pokemon, 1 Ordinary Rod to shuffle back in Pokemon, a Pal Patch shuffling supporters, 4 Quick Ball, and then 3 Rare Candy because we need to Rare Candy Ludicolo. It is worth noting Lumbrare does have a really cool ability top entry that says once in your turn, if you choose Pokemon from your deck at the beginning of your turn, you can actually just put it onto the bench, which is really handy. But still, we do need to play 3 Rare Candy in order to get Ludicolo running most of the time. We also play 2 Rescue Carrier because we typically will need to retrieve Spiritombs at some points in the game. We also play 4 Scoop Up Net, which I know is an expensive card, but we need to play it in order to move our Mews, move our Spiritombs to get stuck, and as well as retrieving Ludicolo so we can repeat the combo. We also play 2 Ultra Balls, which is pretty good because like Quick Ball, we can use them to discard other Spiritombs from our hand, as well as, just being able to find any Pokemon. If you prefer to play Evolution Incense, I'm pretty sure the original list for this was heavily inspired by, that was covered by Team Vikavolt. I do recommend go checking that out. That list, I'm pretty sure, was playing Evolution Incense because that was like pre-Battle Styles as a deck. Well, no, it can't have been pre-Battle Styles. I'm trying to remember when that deck profile was made because Lost Origin came out after Battle Styles, but for some reason I'm getting the sets all confused. But either way, 2 Ultra Ball is here, to discard cards. You could play Evolution Incense if you want to find Lumbrare and Ludicolo, but Ultra Ball seems to be okay. 3 Research. We don't want to discard our hand too often because resources like Rare Candy and Scoop Net are very important for this deck. That's why it's kind of difficult to play. But, I would say that 3 Research is where it's at. 3 Raihan as well just allows to, chain of spirits, so to speak, so we can use that attack more often. Also letting us find any card is really instrumental in setting up the Ludicolo combos. We also play 3 Serena to allow us to gust up our opponent's Pokemon V. Probably the best upgrade this deck has ever seen is from Serena because it also allows us to discard 3 cards from hand and then drop to 5. So not only doubles as a draw supporter, but also allows us to discard other resources from our hand that we don't need, such as extra Spiritomb. We also play 1 Air Balloon just to give us some more pivots and free retreat, 1 Aurora Energy. We don't play any more than 1 Aurora Energy because we need to use Dark Patch and Ryan quite frequently, so 1 Aurora Energy just allows us to occasionally discard the odd Spiritomb, but it's kind of miscellaneous. If you don't have an Aurora Energy, it's not like super important to the deck. And then we also play 7 Dark Energy, which we obviously need to attack with. So yeah, this is Spiritomb Ludicolo. It's a fairly difficult deck to play. Often you'll get games where you're just 1 resource too short in your hand in order to finish the combo. But it is super fun and super satisfying when you do land it. So it's been Empower. Let me know what you think down below, and I hope you see you next time. Thank you for watching.